Hello my loves. Today I would like to revisit the topic of stealth shaming. I made a video about this about 6 months ago, but some things have been happening in the community lately and I think that it's important to just revisit this topic and just kind of reiterate what I was saying and maybe bring up some new points and just see what we can go from there. So I don't usually make videos once I've already talked about the topic, but I feel like this topic is actually really important, especially because as somebody who is not stealth, it's important that I recognize the privilege that I have of being out in the open and telling people that I'm trans in this society, especially where I live, and I have the privilege to be out, and that some people who are stealth either want to be stealth because that's their prerogative, or they have to be stealth because if not, then they're in danger, and I just kind of want to go through that a little bit. So the issue here was that somebody on YouTube made a video, and they talked about how if you are trans and stealth, it's basically no good. And the reason why is because you should like pay your dues to the trans community that came before you and were able to fight with the insurance companies and get all of this stuff covered for us and be able to go on hormones and get diagnosis and so on. Now, I have a really big issue with this personally, only because I feel like everybody should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies and with their life, and also because it's their life. Like, people should do whatever they want, you know? Now, I understand that it was the person's personal opinion as to how they thought people should be in the trans community and should be stealth and so on, and everybody is allowed their own opinion. This is my own opinion right now, and I'm not saying my opinion is the best opinion ever and it's greater over yours or someone else's, but when an opinion starts to hurt people in a negative aspect, and you see that a whole bunch of the community is like at an uproar, then maybe there's like a time for you to be able to step back and say, oh, maybe I need to revisit why I think this. And the example that I can think of right away is all of the drama that was happening with Ariel. Now, I didn't even make a video about all of that stuff because I didn't want to. I made like some videos of like me reacting to her videos, but I didn't want to talk about it. But it's like that. The whole community, like 98% of the trans community online was like, Ariel, you need to stop making these videos about trans people. Like, you're talking over trans people, you're saying all of this negative stuff, you're telling cis people stuff that's private about trans people's lives that like will make us noticeable, or people will be able to see that we're trans if you like see like a binder or so on. That information was inappropriate. Ariel did nothing. She kept making videos and she kept saying that we were like transphobic against ourselves and that we, all this stuff, and that really just bothered me. And I think that this is kind of what's happening right now, and I think that we all just need to step back and kind of understand that people are allowed to do whatever they want with their lives, and if a trans person decides to be stealth, do it up. I don't understand the concept that if I was to go stealth and never tell a person that I was trans and somebody found out, they'd be like, you should be out, you should be advocating for all these trans people, you should be helping us talk to these insurance companies and getting these rights at schools. Like, I feel like if you're trans, you have no agency in society because society keeps telling you what to do. You have no agency over your own body because there's certain governments that tell you what to do with your body. For example, in Quebec, before, last year, in order for you to be able to change your gender marker, you had to have some sort of like genital surgery. It was very ambiguous law. It's a very long story, but that's it. You don't have agency over that. You don't have the choice to be able to change your gender marker unless you have surgery, and the government has to tell you which surgery it is. You have to get letters. It's ridiculous. So you have no agency over yourself. It's only when we're able to grab on to our life and do something about it. So I've decided to go on hormones because I wanted to go on it, not because it was required for me to go on it because I'm trans. This is the same thing. People should be allowed to go stealth. We should be able to take charge of our own life and decide what we're gonna do. So if somebody chooses to be stealth, if somebody doesn't want to be stealth, if somebody thinks it's wrong to be stealth, you can opinion. It's you opinion. You can do it up. But when it's starting to hurt people and when people are like really trying to engage with you and you're just being all defensive and stuff, like, come on, stealth is stealth. I get that some people just don't want other people to be stealth because they think that the more our movement has more people, the more we can like collectively do something together. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't find it. Like, the more people in our community, the more people will notice us, that we're trying to get stuff done, and they're gonna take us seriously. So if we have those like few stealth people trickling out, we're like, oh, I don't want anything with this movement right now, I'm outie, then that could cause a problem because we're not going to have as many people in our community defending us, trying to get all these legislation passed and all this stuff, especially in America. And of course we have to think about other countries because it's not just America and Canada here, but I understand that that's what it could be, but we have to think about people, and people are people, and people have lives, and I'm sure that you wouldn't appreciate it if somebody told you that you're not allowed to be out, and that's the case for a lot of people, right? So I have to say, I hope I made a little bit of sense. Body agency is kind of like the main theme in this right now, so I feel like we should be able to take charge of our own lives, do whatever we want, and not hurt other people's feelings, even though we have our own opinions, which is cool. Okay, I'm done. I love you. Boop.